Hello everyone, welcome to May We Talk Show. This is May Liu from Superstar TV 888. Today is a Friday again. I'm very glad that in the studio in Dallas and sitting next to a lady who has the miracle stories. Her name is Susie Jennings. Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
I am blessed to be here.
It's nice to meeting you. I've heard a lot about you, and you've got a name that's called Blanket Lady.
Of Dallas, yes.
Okay, so tell me, how do you get this name, and what is your life story about it?
Well, I'll tell you what. I came to America as a nurse. I was hired by Baylor Hospital as a nurse, and then I got to Dallas. After I got married, for 9 years, my husband had developed a chemical imbalance called serotonin deficiency that caused severe depression. So one day he disappeared from our home, and he was missing for 30 days in March 9, 1993. And then we found him April 8, 1993 in Oklahoma. And when we found him, David took his life because the chemical imbalance caused him to be severely depressed. And so we buried David a day before Easter, and then after 3 months, I had a car accident, and I could not walk. And then 2 months after that, I have another neighbor, next door neighbor, that also took his life, committed suicide, just like my husband. And I got mad at God. I questioned God why. And then in that night, he gave me a dream. In my dream, I was knocking at my neighbor's doors, telling them about Jesus, about God. And then the next day, I decided I'm going to choose joy. Because in the Bible it said, weeping may endure for a night, joy comes in the morning. So I said, instead of being mad at God, I'm going to choose joy. I'm going to help people. So I asked God, Lord, show me the way. What can I do for you? And then 3 weeks later, he took me under the bridge. I was driving my car, leaving the church in Dallas with my mom. And then I heard a voice in my heart saying, look at your left side. So I look at the left side. And then I saw about 100 men and women, homeless, living in cardboard boxes. And then the voice in my heart said, you go under the bridge and help the homeless. I said, no, not me. They are crazy and violent, and I don't want to help them. And then in my heart, I heard a voice that said, you were the one who asked me, what can you do for me? So I know it was God telling me in my heart. So I said, oh, forgive me, Lord. I will go. What could I take to the people? Because there are needy people living under the bridge. And the voice in my heart said, blankets. So the next day, I went to Baylor Hospital, where I was the nurse supervisor, and I asked people, doctors, anesthesiologists, nurses, technicians, I said, give me $5, please, because I want to give blankets to the homeless living under the bridge. And I said, next month is Thanksgiving. That was October when this happened. I said, next month is Thanksgiving. I want to give 100 blankets. So that's how this ministry started, in the blanket ministry. So the next month we gave 100 blankets during Thanksgiving time. And then it continued for 8 years, me and my widowed mother. We will give away blankets. And the homeless in the streets called me the Blanket Lady.
Wow, that's a truly fantastic story. Everybody has their challenge in life and the difficulties. The most important things is how you make your own choice, whether you're going to be depressed forever or you want to choose a positive energy and move on with your life, and also helping more people. I think that is really amazing. And you used to be a nurse, right? Yes. And now you choose your full-time job to be the operation care for the homeless. Do you have any challenge in balance all these?
Oh, absolutely. So I started a ministry in 1993 after my husband passed away. So for 8 years, I would distribute blankets on my own in downtown Dallas with my mom. So I got really very tired later. So later I said, oh God, I could not take this anymore. I have 500 blankets in my garage, and I'm tired of just doing it by myself. And the Lord spoke in my heart. He said, you're going to be a nonprofit. And next 2 weeks later, my best friend called and she said, why don't you become a nonprofit? We will help you set it up. Because see, when God calls you and he gives you a vision, he gives provision. So he provided somebody to help me. So we became a nonprofit. And so I worked for the hospital as a nurse supervisor. At the same time, I was working for Operation Care giving away blankets. So I would raise money to support and help the homeless. We gave away blankets every day. I would put it in my trunk of my car and give it to the homeless. And so it was hard because for 10 years I worked 16 hours a day, being the blanket lady, at the same time being a supervisor in the hospital. And after 10 years in 2011, I quit my job as a nurse supervisor because God put in my heart to help the homeless. By faith, I quit it, not knowing where my salary would be coming from. And now we are 22 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really unbelievable. Since the pandemic comes, a lot of people lose their jobs. They even have economic difficulties in their lives. Doing this nonprofit for years, it's really not that easy. Because myself is also a principal of a nonprofit organization. It's called Superstar Art Foundation. When we raise funds, it is really, we have some difficulties, but that's why we host some events and galas, trying to do some charity shows. Through those charity shows to help the artists, give the platform to promote themselves. To help other people, we pretty much have a similar path. Look in the near future, what is your next move?
We are known, Operation Care. So I founded a ministry called Operation Care International in 2001. So we are 22, going to be 23 years old. We are known to hold the largest birthday party for Jesus, because it's a Christian ministry, hold the largest birthday party for Jesus in the world. Because we have 3,000 volunteers, and then coming from about 300 churches and companies, and then we have up to over 10,000 homeless and poor people that would come at the Dallas Convention Center, and we give away, the heart is telling them about God loves them, and then we wash their feet. Dirty, smelly, stinky feet, but we wash it because Jesus would wash his disciples' feet before he went to the cross. So that's what I do as a Christian ministry. We emulate the character of Christ, which is humility, servanthood, and compassion. For 22 years now, we are helping and doing this event every year. And we give away blankets, sleeping bags, haircuts, makeover, food, coats, personal care items, and children receive toys. And we hold it at the largest event area in Dallas, which is the Dallas Convention Center. We started with 100,000 square feet, then we went up to 500,000 square feet.
Wow.
And now we're going back to make use of the whole space, about probably 200 to 300,000 square feet, Dallas Convention Center. It's going to be December 21 this year. So we have been doing this, and the goal is to reach more children around the world, because we are not only in Dallas, we are in 52 countries.
Wow, that's really amazing. Yeah, that's hope you can make this event successful and help more people. I see you do grow your career, from local and expand to the world. I hope that this event will be benefiting the people all over the world more and more.
Yes, and we have also an event in July coming up. It's called Christmas in July. So we copy the Christmas event at the Convention Center, and we copy it. We go to another country, a poor country. We're going to serve 1,000 children, and the children will receive footwear, socks, food, T-shirts, backpacks, school supplies. Yeah. And we even built schools in Kenya. We have a school in Kenya for the Maasai tribe. Yeah. And that helped the whole Maasai tribe area, because in the past they will not allow girls to go to school. But because we built a school there, now the girls are going to school, and it changed the whole community. And we also have a school in Cambodia. We have a medical clinic for orphans in Cambodia, and also a school at the border of Thailand and Cambodia. And we also help Israel with their school in Israel.
Wow, that's really amazing. We are going to do a Cannes Film Festival event, and I'm going to invite you to my gala, Superstar Award Gala, because I just made a new movie that's called The Blooming Sisters. And we luckily get some award in Hollywood. It's about the women's story who grow up themselves in the adversity. In the movie, the sisters has a similar situation, and I think this story are going to encourage more and more women. I would love to see your story being told and being spread out in Cannes Film Festival. Hope more and more people would hear your story and learn from your story, how you grow up through these adversities and the miracles that happened to you.
Yeah. I wrote 2 books. The first book is called 31 Days of Mountaintop Miracles. Yeah. The second book is called No, Not Me, Because when God asked me to help the homeless, I said, no, not me. Because it's in the Bible when God asked Moses to help get his people out of Egypt. Moses said, no, not me, in the beginning. But then, of course, when God reminded me that I asked him, what can I do for you? And I repented of that. And then I said, God, forgive me, I will go. And then he told me to bring blankets. So that's what I did. Started with the blanket ministry. Then we have been doing the Christmas event, helping the homeless. We connect them to different resources in the city. So we partnered with about 50 ministries in the city. So in December, they come together at the convention center and we serve the homeless. We give them food and clothe them and help them with jobs and housing and anything that we could help them with the help of our collaboration with other ministries as well. And now, me personally have been to 17 countries speaking to 44,000 children, helping them, provide them goods, build schools if we can, if we have the funds. So the goal for this year is to put shoes to hundreds of thousands of children around the world. And we hope we could get to 195 countries, but we actually need help to do that, to buy the footwear for children. So in Christmas time, the poor children could have shoes.
Yes.
And by the way, going to Cannes Festival, on the way there, I'm writing my third book.
Oh, that's really amazing.
Yeah, so
I can't wait to see your third book coming out.
Yeah, it's going to be called Another 31 Days of Mountaintop Miracles. So there will be another 31 stories of miracles that happened to me. So actually, coming up, we're launching, it's called Monday Minute Miracle. So I'm telling my miracle story in 1 minute every Monday.
Wow. So how can we get your book?
They could go to our website, opcare.org, and then email us, and we could send them my book. And then we could connect with the people that wanted to have my book. Or they could go to Amazon, just Google my name.
Okay. So what if they wanted to donate? How do they donate?
Go to opcare.org, opcare.org, and every donation is tax deductible, and every donation is going to change lives of especially children around the world.
Okay, so let's look forward to see your new show and new book coming out. Let's support Miss Susie Jennings, the Blanket Lady, and support her organization. Let's work together, help more people. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.